Tony says, hello from Ireland. Which
Hey.
ball python project are you most excited for this year? It's got to be those lorries, right?
Lorry ball pythons are probably what I'm the most excited here. I love watching everyone else do stuff too. You know, I mean, there's some really amazing animals that are being produced by so many people. I mean, and not just the big names. Even some small collections are producing stuff that is just so ridiculous. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there. I mean, there really is. But for us, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm excited about all our projects, but I think, you know, continuing to really promote and work on that blue lorry ball python project is probably the thing I'm the most excited about. We've got some pretty cool stuff that we could produce this year, and I think next year it's going to be really crazy.
Yeah, that's where you're going to see stuff popping off.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Dude,
crazy.
I seen Miguel, he hatched, or I got or something, but it's a black pastel leopard freeway. Bro, it's one of the coolest looking snakes I've seen in a long time. It's a cool one, man.
That leopard freeway, leopard highway,
that combo's
stuff
banger.
is really good. I just saw a vanilla cream leopard that was really dope as well. It was a leopard cream, yellow belly leopard het for clown, I think, which is the dope.
That's crazy.
So there's some really cool stuff out there.
That's the thing that's weird though right now is now you're getting into like places where like there's so many genes in an animal. It's hard to remember now, man. We got to start making them into different things, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's
out of control.
It's a fun time, you know. It's just exponentially. I remember when you used to produce a world's first, it was like everyone knew about it. Now there's probably
40 a month.
50, 60 world's first produced every month, and no one even knows about it, you know. So it's impossible to keep up, but it's exciting, and I just hope we'll have I mean, we're starting off on a good note. We had a couple females that are really close to ovulation, which is really early for us, super early for us. So we'll have eggs probably this year, a month and a half or 2 months before we had eggs last year. But then hopefully when we run into that June, July area, we'll start really crushing clutches like we did last year. So I think we're on pace to have a very similar year than last year if I can continue to focus hard on it like I am. And I'm sure I will.
Yeah, because we make sure of it no matter what.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good.
Chris says, LOL, no crabs here in Maine. We eat lobsters.
Shoot.
True. I forgot that too.
That's my bad, man. Dude,
hey, crabs, lobsters, come on, man.
Actually, lobsters are great, man.
Lobsters
I hear
so
literally you
good.
can buy like lobsters at the local gas station.
Yeah, like almost like those Idaho potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes. So I can't wait to get up there, and I know Maine in the summer is beautiful. So yeah, we'll go spend a day or two up there in Maine and just see some crazy stuff and eat some lobsters out on the
some
barbie.
lobster rolls, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite lobster rolls. I'm sorry to Maine. I apologize. Was actually
here we go.
Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco has a
that's a
lobster
banger,
roll that I'm telling you what, that place. Fisherman's Wharf is a cool place in San Francisco, regardless. But you can get fresh lobster rolls, like literally right out of the harbor.
Yeah, like they just came back from the ship.
I mean,
yeah.
literally, they're you can see. Oh, they're good.
You could see.
You could see them moving still. I was gonna say, but then I thought that was a little creepy.
Nah,
stuff.
that's not creepy.
No.
People like their cows mooing, bro.
Yeah.
Megan Burke came back and said, I wish I could have videoed my daughter Zoe's reaction to you and Jay saying hi to her. She screamed and yelled and cried and said, I love you, Brian Barczyk. Made my heart melt to make her so happy.
Well, it makes my heart melt to even think about it. I mean, it really does. And it's, you guys don't understand how humbling and what a blessing it is to hear those things. I mean, we are just, myself, Jay and Anthony and Noah and everyone. I mean, we're all just, we're just working on things that we love, and we're trying to make an impact on people and spread the love of what we believe in, and sometimes you forget that you do affect people, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's a special thing, and it's something that I don't take lightly.
Yeah, no one
it's
would,
like it's much more of an impact on me than you can possibly imagine. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your daughter so much, and I really hope you guys can come visit us. I mean, I think my favorite part of the Reptarium is kids from maybe the age of 3 to 12.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think they're just
their
seeing,
enthusiasm's just unmatched, right?
It's just amazing. So she will have a great time when you guys come, and I can promise you that.
Kevin Robinson says, hello, Brian. I'm a huge fan since day one, and my name is, this is a different one. It's Callistia, I'm guessing. I'm using Dad's phone. That's why it's under Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I said your
okay.
name horribly, I'm super sorry.
Well, I appreciate you. It sounds like a superhero name, though.
Yeah,
so
Costilla.
I like that. Like I said, I mean, obviously my son's named Noah, but I was, lobbying hard to. So first off, to say my daughter's name is Jade.
Yeah.
And when me and Lori met, literally before we ever even talked about having kids, she had told me if I ever have a daughter, she's gonna be named Jade. And because she read a book when she was younger, and the character was Jade, and she just always loved that name. So there was never even a conversation about my daughter's name. Her name was going to be Jade. Noah was a lot different, and I was really.
What were you pioneering for? Yeah.
My first one was Wacky Moon. I wanted to.
This is not a joke.
This
guys.
is not a
I
joke.
hope you
I
know
wanted
that.
his name to be Wacky Moon. So Wacky Moon Barczyk. And I thought that would be a really cool name. And then after that, I wanted Nebuchadnezzar. And Nimrod were the three
Nimrod
names.
would have been so good.
Nimrod
dude.
was a little bit of a stretch. I got to imagine that
But
was gonna happen,
necromancer or whatever you said before would have been great.
Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar.
What
and,
was your old made up name?
it was
yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
Cannibal Porchek, Qualler Barnabafnowski.
Yeah,
So I used to tell people when I was younger, when people would say, "Hey, what's your name?" or whatever, I'd say, "My name is Brian Cannibal Porchek, Qualler Barnabafnowski," and I knew how to spell it, and I forgot how to spell it now. But yeah, it was Cannibal Porchek, Qualler Barnabafnowski, and that's how I used to.
I don't even know how you made up. It sounds like Cannibal Corpse, Quality Butter, and Puffnowski.
It's Cannibal Porchek,
Cannibal Porchek,
Qualler Butter Beef,
Corner Butter Beef. What?
Nowski.
Okay.
All right.
Oof. Wacky Moon, Dick Trickle.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Wacky Moon, you can't tell me that you wouldn't remember Noah. If you met a Wacky Moon, you would remember him forever. You mean
Wacky?
Yeah, you'd be like, graduated for 20 years, and you'd be like, I remember that kid's name, Wacky Moon, and you would remember him forever. Name recognition.
Dude, about branding. It's all about the branding.
It's all about the brand, yeah. But Lori said no.
Yeah, I could see that. Phoenix said, "Hey, Brian, first time tuning in live. Would love to hear more stories about importing snakes out of West Africa.
Yeah.
Cheers from Canada." Those are my favorite too, man.
Well, I told
Wild
you,
West.
We'll do that maybe next week. I'll get more into some of the stories of West Africa.
Yeah, Wild West Africa. That's what.
Yeah, it was a really wild. It really was a wild time. So yeah, why don't we do that next Saturday? We'll just how I told the story of the pie to start the vlog or the podcast. Okay. I'll start with some more juice on how West Africa really started, how things really developed over the years, and how it became a place where there was no longer money to be made.
So crazy.
So I'll talk about that next week.
Mr. Simple Man says, "Have you ever been to the Australia Zoo? I was a big fan of Steve Irwin as a kid, so I've always loved reptiles, especially saltwater crocs. Best wishes to you all."
Yeah, so I've been to Australia Zoo multiple times. Not every time I've been to Australia. I've been to Australia 9 times. I have not been to the Australia Zoo 9 times. I think I've been about 4 or 5 times. So I try to get there when I'm in Australia, in particular when I'm anywhere near Brisbane. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, and Barraroo, I believe is the way you pronounce it. So it's pretty rural. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you. It's not like a Taronga Zoo is in Sydney, right? I mean, just a matter of fact, Taronga Zoo is one of my favorite zoos in the world as well, because the backdrop is Sydney. It's a beautiful zoo.
That's awesome, yeah.
But the Australia Zoo is in the middle of nowhere. It's definitely way out in the bush, but it is still probably my favorite zoo in the world, and not necessarily because I think it's the best zoo in the world, but because of what it stands for in the Irwin family, and it is an absolutely wonderfully kept zoo. I mean, I've told people, like, from just a kept zoo standpoint, the best zoo I've ever been to.
Wow.
I mean, just every tree is manicured perfectly. Every pathway doesn't have weeds on it. Every cage is spotless. I told people, like, it doesn't have the most animals of any zoo. It's a decent-sized zoo, but it's not the biggest zoo and the most animal zoo by any stretch. But it seems like almost every specimen at that zoo is the best specimen I've ever seen. You know what I mean? You go like, man, that's the nicest inland taipan I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, that is the nicest red-bellied black I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, that is the nicest woma I've ever seen. And then that's kind of not just reptiles. It was that way across the board. I mean, they do a wonderful job there. And then, of course, they have the Crocoseum, which is amazing. I never saw Steve do the show. Now I think Robert's doing the show. at the Crocaseum, at least sometimes, which is amazing.
So sick.
But
yeah.
I've seen the Crocaseum show multiple times, and then of course they have the tribute walk of Steve with all of the memorabilia from his khakis and there's actually a wall that has tons of khakis. That is just all people's, like right after he passed away, they allowed people to write personal notes on khakis.
So cool.
So you could just read for hours and hours. And I remember the first time I saw the memorabilia and the tribute wall, I cried. I literally cried.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I teared up and cried. So it's a beautiful zoo, and I can't wait to take Jay there. I think you'll love it too.
Dude, I would flip. Yeah, for sure. I don't know how to pronounce this one. The DeFresney Gallery.
DeFresney Gallery.
You guys are trying to hit me with these hard names today.
I know,
dude.
right? What's up?
Yeah, where's
Thank
Carl?
God I'm not doing it.
yeah, dude.
I've been like,
You'd be like,
the Pueblos? The Pueblan?
DiGiorno? I don't know.
DiGiorno?
Well, they said, thank you, Brian, for getting me into ball pythons. And Jay, from one audio-visual guy to another, I tip my hat and have great respect. Appreciate you, man.
So much. I appreciate you, man. And if you ever need a job, we're looking for a replacement for Jay.
Yeah,
so.
I got to go back to Jersey, baby.
Gotta get this guy. Passport's almost renewed. Got to get renewed here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm not from this country.
Yeah, you got to get him back to New Jersey. You know, his visa's running out.
Yes. Cody says, just some love for one of my favorite people.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you very much.
Oh, Taylor Jordan says, if you come to Maine, I'll gladly be your tour guide.
Oh, my gosh. Well, reach out to us. Seriously.
Yeah, please.
I don't know what part of Maine you're from. It's a big state, as we know. So reach out. Seriously. Hit Jay up on Instagram at JayTomsky.
At Jay Tomsky.
Message him up and let's stay in touch because, I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to drive out there this summer. We'll probably do
There's so much shit on the way there and back.
On
that
the way
we
there.
hit
Yeah,
too.
we can hit a bunch of stuff on the way there. We can hit, Kevin at Nerd's place on the way back. Maybe go down to the city and see some stuff there. So we'll see what happens.
Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?